All right, I'm Mike Caton with Ace Method Coaching, and I am getting ready to do some tech of analysis of some hurdle videos that have been sent to me. I'm a little bit behind on things with summer. They're actually coming to me slower than usual, which is normal for this time of year, but I'm still behind. I'm about a week behind, but I've chosen 5 from that week, and I'm going to do those today in just a minute, just so you understand what's going on. Plus, I want to give you some updates on some new things. At Ace Method Coaching, I sell instructional videos. Plus, I sell training plans, and I've got some free things that I give away: a hurdle technique cheat sheet, preseason, off-season training plans. Also, I do this where you have a chance for me to review your video for free. I get a lot of them, so I just choose 5 each week and I put them on a live stream show. So you can also find out about all of these at acemethodcoaching.com. And while I'm doing that, if you want to ask me a question on this live stream, you can just go to the chat like Andrew Clark did. Good morning, Andrew. And I will try to answer those when I'm done with the videos. But if you want me to see your video and you're wondering how do I do that, the answer is you go to acemethodcoaching.com. There's a link on all of my videos in my descriptions, and you'll see how to do that. You go to the free section. There's a thing with a guy going over the hurdle, and it says free video review. It gives you everything that you need to know to send me a video. Don't email them to me, okay? But know that one of the things that I also provide quite often is what I call a virtual coaching session. And that's where somebody sends me a video and a lot of questions, and I will spend a lot of time giving them just as much help as possible to know how to succeed in their goal. And I get tons of great feedback from that. So what you're going to see here today are very small versions. I'll probably do like 5 minutes per person on my live streams. But when I'm doing an actual session, it's probably like 30 minutes on a person, just on them. So just know that you're just getting a glimpse of what it could be like, but there's a whole lot more. A couple things that I want to inform you about is the Olympics just started. Track and field starts in a matter of days. I am all prepared to do analysis of those races. Not exactly sure how it's all going to come down because I just want to see how the races go. I definitely plan to put out analysis videos for all the finals races. But if there's interesting things happening in the prelims, I might do some other videos too. I'm not really sure. My first year doing it to this scope. So if you want to get all this stuff and you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to this channel and you'll get notifications whenever these videos are coming out. Because I'm going to do them day of. I mean, the day of the race, there's going to be a video out that day. Okay, I'm all set up and ready to do that. Okay. The other thing that I want you to know is I've been this summer, every summer I try to make ACE better than the year before. And this summer, I've been working on a couple of things. One is hurdle drills. I've compiled every possible hurdle drill that I could find on YouTube, all the social media, all the other good coaches that are out there, and I put them all in together in one spreadsheet. And I'm organizing them, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that list, but it's going to be really cool. Plus, I'm having people, because I want to have all my own videos. I don't want to be promoting other coaches' videos. I mean, it makes sense, right? So what I've done is I have a list of drills, and I've sent them out to some hurdlers who said they were willing to film drills for me. if you want to be one of those hurdlers, because just so you'll know, a lot of people think that if I do something, there's going to be tons of people that are going to respond who want to do it. The problem is right now it's off season in the United States, so most people aren't going to the track and they're not filming videos. So if you want to be somebody who is on some of my YouTube videos, let me know. And just basically email me at acemethodcoaching@gmail.com and let me know that you want to film some drills for me. I will send you a list of drills and even show you some YouTube video to see examples of what they need to look like. And then you film them yourself. I'll give you all the details on that. There's a good chance you'll end up on some YouTube videos, okay? So that's one thing I've been working on. The other thing that I'm super excited about is probably by now you know what ChatGPT is, okay? I have been creating a custom GPT. I didn't even know that was a thing until about a month ago. But my custom GPT is where I create a version, like my own version of a GPT that is a clone of me. So I feed it all of my information. So I gave it transcriptions of all my videos, emails that I've made, common questions and answers that I've given, articles I've written, so many training ideas, and I fed it into the GPT. And now when you ask it questions, it answers, I want to say it answers the same way that I would answer a question, but the truth is it's way better than my answers. I mean, it is like me on steroids, or me if I was in the best mood possible and I had all the time in the world to type up a really nice big answer for you. That's what this is, because I'm always in a hurry and I hate typing, so I give quick little answers to people. This GPT gives amazing answers, and I'm shocked at how good the answers are. But it's all my data. It's not just random stuff from the internet. It's all of me. And so know that that's coming. If you want to be a beta tester for me, email me and just say, hey, I want to do that. How do I do that? I might be able to hook you up with that. But I'm going to be coming out with it, also taking it and putting it into a chat bot. So it'll be something you'll be able to go to my website. Anytime you have a question, go to my website 24/7 and ask me, my virtual me, questions. It's super cool. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to jump into the 5 videos that I'm looking at today. Again, if you have a question, leave them here. Andrew also said, got your free cheat sheet for preseason training, going to start it in September. Good job, Andrew. Okay, let me change my screen here. Okay, I'm looking at Ollie, Caitlyn, Christopher, Enrique, and Filipo. I'm going to start with Ollie. Ollie, all I know is he's a 5th year, but he looks like a master's. And for those of you who don't know, what is master's? Master's means you're over 40. Or actually, it's anytime you're out of high school, you're in the open division. And then a lot of people want to keep racing, certainly in other countries. It's not as big as it should be in the United States for some weird reason, but there's some countries where it's very common for people just to continue right on through. But anyway, and so once you get 40, it's considered masters. I don't know if Hallie is 40 yet, but anyway, he doesn't look like a high schooler anymore. That's all I know. But he runs indoors, he runs 100-meter hurdles, and has made big improvements, but is saying that he has not improved on his 110s, which we're going to see here. He is the guy winning the race in the orange shirt. Looks really good. I got to show you something funny here before I get on to Ollie. So look at this girl right here. She's making a smirk on her face like she's making fun of one of these racers. I don't know who it is. But if you believe in karma, which I don't, but watch what happens to her right here. So she's making fun of him and then she trips on the stairs. I think that's so funny. Okay, so Ollie. I think you're really good, really smooth. You have a really nice rhythm. So a lot to like. But let me tell you what I think you need to work on. I think that you are too close to the hurdle. Or, honestly, I don't know if you're too close to the hurdle, but you're coming up on the hurdle. See, it's deceiving because okay. Once your heel gets here, you shouldn't see it come up anymore. You shouldn't even go see forward. You should see it coming down, which yours does. So if a person didn't watch as many videos as I do, you might think, okay, that's perfect. But I'm also looking at your whole body, right? Your hips. And I can see that your hips are coming up, 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 and they're reaching the top about right here. Maybe right here. And it should have reached it back here and then come down on it. So that's the reason how I can tell that that's what I see. I see the peak right here, right? Right above the hurdle. And then it starts to come down. So you should have done it earlier, which means you'll come down on the hurdle versus up on the hurdle, which will get you closer to the hurdle on your touchdown. This is really far. In fact, if I were to look at this compared to this, I don't know how far this is. Let's say, for example, this is 7 feet. This might be 6 feet right here, 5 or 6 feet. And you're supposed to have a 2-to-1 ratio, like 6 feet, 3 feet, right? So, because it makes you faster. So I would work on coming back a little bit, like, I don't know where you are, but 6 inches. And just get used to that and see what that does for you, okay? I would also work on keeping see how your shoulders how your whole body gets turned around when you're landing? That's because you took too long to come down, because you were too high, because you were too close. It's all related. So work on getting over that hurdle quicker, keeping your shoulders squarer. But there's a whole lot to like about your hurdling. I would also work on keeping your arms tighter. So your arm is open, keep them bent at 90 degrees, okay? All right, moving on to Caitlyn. Opposite end of the spectrum. Caitlyn's at the beginning of her career. She is only in the 6th grade. This is her first year hurdling. This is Caitlyn right here in the purple. Caitlyn wants to know how to go faster and take less steps. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know this is very, very common. Okay, so Caitlyn, I think you're doing great. And I think you're very brave to be in the 6th grade and be brave enough to send me a video that you know I'm going to show on YouTube. So I promise you I'm only going to be nice to you. Okay, so first thing, there's a lot of little things, but just know that if you email me, and say, hey, this is Caitlyn. I will send you my hurdling 101, which is what you need, okay? Because there's some hurdling 101 teaches you how to hurdle properly and also how to 3-step, okay? But it's a lot of it has to do with your running. You look very natural and athletic, but you are striking the ground on your heels, and you need to get underneath with the balls of your feet with quicker steps. Also, when you watch if you look at yourself, I should say, you're going to notice a definite lowering of your body right before the hurdle, as if you're trying to go lower and then jump up. Watch this. See, you go down. I can see it. Sometimes I see things that I assume everybody else can see. So if you watch this, right here, your second to last step, how you went down, down. That's the way a long jumper does, or a high jumper, right? Because you want to go down, and what's called your penultimate step, means your second to last step, and then you come up because you want to jump high on the step, right? So already you are setting yourself up to jump over the hurdle versus hurdle the hurdle, which means you just run over the hurdle. You're jumping over the hurdle. And every time you jump over the hurdle, you're going to be in the air too long, which is going to slow you down. Then you have to wait for gravity. And then it's going to pull you hard into the track. And we're going to see your body collapse the way it did there. And then you got to turn around and run again. But imagine if you were running full speed and you ran over the hurdle and you still had that speed going into the next hurdle. Then it totally changes the activity itself. And then you're able to 3-step it versus 5-stepping. Okay? Now, to be clear, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to be able to 3-step next year. You might, but you might be 4-stepping, which is way better than the 5-stepping you're doing. Okay? So, anyway, but that's it. I mean, I could come up with a lot of little things, but they're all going to change once you do what I told you. So I'm not going to bother going through all the details because that's the main thing. Okay? All right. Email me and I'll send you my hurdling 101. Okay. Christopher, 10th grade, first year hurdling. Already telling me he needs to go lower and have more speed. This video I almost didn't choose because I only usually choose videos that I will be able to turn around and use also, and I don't think I can use this. The quality's a little grainy, but I'm quick about it. Okay, well, let's look at it. Okay, looking at it full speed looks pretty good. But let me show you what I think needs to get better. Here, I will mention, I like that you're not reaching out with your steps. Or maybe after hurdle 1 you do. But I like the way you move your lead leg, that your heel is tucked to your butt and you drive it underneath your body versus swinging anything around. The only thing though is your leg, your thigh of your lead leg shouldn't go any higher than this. It should drive straight at the top of that hurdle. You should try to drive your heel. See this? Let me show you something. I talk about this a lot, but I don't usually get to see it. See how this hurdle has this black block here and black block here, a rectangle? You want to drive your right knee and heel right towards this. You want to drive your left arm towards this. It keeps you squared up, keeps you from twisting over the hurdle. but watch your knee goes higher, higher, higher. And by the time you're getting ready to go over the hurdle, your thigh is at that angle, and it needed to be at that angle. So you're driving up. You said you were too high over the hurdle. It's because you're jumping up over the hurdle. You need to drive at the hurdle. And by the way, what I would recommend is lowering the hurdle, get used to it. I'm going to be making a video sometime soon that talks about this, but you need to get over the habit of jumping up over the hurdle. That's going to be your main thing. Also, just overall, once you clear that hurdle, there's a lot of slowing down there, right? You can just see it. That's not full speed running. You need to learn to gain the confidence to go full speed between the hurdles and at the hurdles. So how do you do that? What I do is I recommend lowering the hurdles and pinching them closer together to a distance that you're comfortable with, and then just practice going full speed, and you're going to find out very quickly that you have to keep spreading those hurdles out even more. And then eventually you'll learn how to do it. You need to break the habit of what you're doing here, okay? That'll help you. Okay, Enrique. Remember, people, these are short versions of what I do in my virtual coaching, okay? Just short versions. Okay, Enrique is going to be a senior in high school. Pretty fast, runs a 15:44. Feels like he's just not in sync. His lead leg and his trail leg are not in sync, and he feels like he's slow to the hurdle. He sent me some different angles, which I like. Here's something that's very interesting, Enrique. Notice that you raised up to this height. Let me zoom in. And then you lowered to this height in order to take off, which means that you never should have been at this height, because apparently it's higher than you want to be. So only go up to this height, okay? You'll save a little time there. Okay. Well, you're not pushing off hard enough off of your right leg coming out of the blocks. I recommend going to my video. I have a series that I'm in the middle of right now about hurdle technique, and it's start to the first hurdle, and you'll see that you need to drive harder off this leg, and I go through all the position on there, what it should look like. But that's a good first step. That's a good second step. Good third step. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Seventh. Pretty cool. Something not right here. It's weird because normally a person, when they slow down at the hurdle, reach out in front of them, puts the brakes on, and you didn't do that. You did a bit of a cut step there, which is good. But for some reason, it seems like the speed dropped off. Maybe not. Okay. Okay. All right. Few things. You got to cut, like, I don't like what you're doing with your arms. So your right arm, you are kind of going to swing it over. This look here is not normal. It just needs to stick out and then pull it back. And you look like you're getting ready to swing it over the top, but then you don't. But then you're holding your trail arm out to the side like Grant Holloway. And if you want to see what I have to say about that, I just put out a video a few days ago called The Holloway Effect, and to show you why that's a bad idea for you, my friend. So I'm not going to go into it now. Anybody who's watching this video and you go, what is he talking about? It's called The Holloway Effect. It's a video I put out this week. Go watch it and you'll see what you're doing wrong here. And it's going to mess up your speed and make it hard for you to get to the next hurdle faster. Lancers. Yeah. Okay. Let me go back to this one. So definitely you got to fix those arms. I also think you're a little bit too close to that hurdle. Yeah, you are too close to the hurdle. Let me see. Definitely too close to the hurdle. You're having to swing your lead leg around to keep it from hitting, and you're still on the way up and not reaching the peak of your jump until right here, between here and here. And look at this, you're already past the hurdle. You're supposed to reach the peak of your jump about a foot, foot and a half in front of the hurdle and then come down on the hurdle. So you're coming up on the hurdle, which means you're going to have to go too high, spend too much time in the air on the other side of the hurdle here. So that needs to fix also. Yep. And yep, fix those arms and then back away from the hurdle. It will make a big, big difference with you. Okay, Filipo. So, I don't know about this. So Filipo, I don't know what year he is. But he says it's only his first year hurdling. Here in 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. He says first year hurdling, but he's already at a 14-17. And he wants to know how to get into the 13s. Never in my life can I think of a first year hurdler so low in the 14s. But regardless, if that's true, you are going to be fantastic. I don't know what year you are. Let me see something. You didn't tell me what year you were. You just said 1 year. So, if you still have more left in your high school career, you're going to be great. you probably need to be running D1 in college if you're already doing this fast first year. So, but here's what I notice about you. Well, obviously you're really good, right? I mean, let me say the good stuff. I mean, super good. But you want to know how to get into the 13s. So let me show you some things. Here's what I find very interesting. This guy who beat you, he beat you at the first hurdle. I mean, look at this. Here you are going in the second hurdle and he already has a lead on you, right? And then that lead never got any bigger. You just stayed right with him the whole race. So the obvious question, not question, but the obvious thing is, why'd you let him get away in hurdle 1? And if you could stay with him on hurdle 1, then you could catch him and beat him. So why'd you do that? So when I go back and look, I think you need to work on your first steps to the hurdle. I think that what happened is you came out really fast and you were too close to the first hurdle. That's what I think, which happens. That's the reason why hurdlers all year long, I have my hurdlers, work on their first steps to the hurdle. Because it sets the tone for the entire race. It's what gives you your speed that you want to maintain the whole race. And if you mess up on it, you do what Filipo did here, is where he didn't really catch his rhythm until probably here. Then he's finally starting to get better distance to the hurdle and then coming down better off the hurdle, going into hurdle 4. So I would just work on that and to be a little farther away from your first hurdle so you don't have to come up on it. Don't be bunched at it and have more speed coming off of it. I think it'll make a big difference. Okay, here's another thing. And this really stands out to me a lot. Okay. So look at this guy who's ahead of you. So notice that when his thigh gets parallel to the ground, his lower leg is down, right? And we go back to here. Same thing, it's down, if not a little bit behind his knee, okay? That's the way it's supposed to be. But when your thigh gets up right here, your leg is already open. So you are swinging too open of a lead leg. This is as closed as it ever gets, meaning your heel towards your butt. It's supposed to, okay, let's look at him again. I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's good. He brings his heel, bam, right to his butt, and he holds it there, and then unfurls it towards the hurdle. You never brought it there, and you lifted a straight leg. So that gives you too much lift and not enough drive going forward, okay? So 2 things I've already told you. Back away from that first hurdle, work your lead leg better. Yeah, you're good, man. You're really good. Those are the 2 main things that I see. You'd be a good candidate for my hurdling 301, which is for elite level hurdlers. So I will for you. I'll give you a version of that or a copy of that, if you email me. Okay. All right. So those are the 5 people I'm doing this week. I've already got 5 more lined up for next time. But if you want to be one of those people, let me go to here. If you want to be one of those people who gets on next time or one of my future times, go to my website, acemethodcoaching.com, go to the hurdle page, and you will see in my free, it's like free stuff or something like that. You'll see a thing for free video review, technique analysis, something like that. Anyway, you'll see instructions. But if you're smart and you don't want to roll the dice and hope that I pick you and give a 5-minute version, and you want to you're serious about your hurdling and you want to edge on your competitors, you want to get a virtual coaching session. It's a no-brainer. It's so cheap. It's too cheap. And I will give a lot of time devoted to you and breaking it down exactly what you need and give you some things. Okay. Let me thank you, Ryan and Alan. How can we get your opinion on our hurdling? Okay. I think I just said it, but I'm going to say it again. So how can I get your opinion? You have 2 options. You can do the better thing, which is to go to my website and sign up for a virtual coaching session. But if you want to do the free version, go to my website, sign up for a free video review. Again, there's no chance that I'll pick you. The better the quality, the video, the better chance of getting selected, because I will use your video for my needs. I use them for when I need examples in my YouTube videos. I use them for examples in my short form videos that I do on social media. See, a lot of people who make videos, they're at the track every day, and they'll just open up the camera and film them or their athletes at the track. I'm an online coach, so I'm not at the track every day, and it's just I don't have a corral of hurdlers who I can just say, hey, come over here and demonstrate a video for me. So I rely on your videos to make my videos. So anyway, I'm looking for good videos. So that's how this works. Hope that answered your question. That should be it. I will probably be putting out another one of these videos soon, unless I get bogged down before the Olympics. I know I'm going to be really busy once the hurdle races start. Hopefully I'll make another one soon, but no promises. Okay, that's it. Coach Ace out. Have a good day.